hello to those watching this. Yet another episode of Two Beards Podcast. My name is Nick. This is Levi, and we're drinking another Bale Breaker. If you watched last week's episode, you would have known that this week's episode was going to be a Bale Breaker because we said so. And if you didn't know that and you still watched it, then congratulations, you're exactly like us, and you don't remember anything that happens ever. So here we are. What is the beer, Levy, that we are actually drinking today? No, it don't work that way anymore. I say anymore, but it never really... I did a little bit, actually, when we were at the desk. We're really far away now.
What?
We're really far away now.
And?
Well, unless you're going to like...
I was just holding it up. It's
okay.
like, here it is.
Well, yeah, but they can't read it is what I'm saying.
They can zoom in.
No, they cannot.
We're drinking the Homegrown IPA Spring Edition. They are saying that we can't continue with these numbers. When do they end?
Well, I get it.
The Spring Edition.
Yeah.
It's a cool can design. It looks like a mural that was painted in the children's section where they're all dying.
Whoa.
Because they have stichidiomandiosis.
Oh. Is it terminal?
Every last one of them.
Oh, wow. Well, hopefully they get to...
Here in Moxie, Washington, we know it's spring when shoots of barley and hops burst through the cool soil into the sunshine. Sounds like a sex thing.
Slightly.
Now in our third season as barley farmers, 90 years after the first hops were planted on our family farm, we're proud to share with you this Homegrown Spring IPA featuring our homegrown hops and barley notes of blood orange, blackberry, white peach, pine resin, and graham cracker.
That's a lot of different stuff.
We didn't make this beer. We grew it.
Where does the fuck does it say that?
Well, the ending.
What? No, it does not.
It does.
Oh, it says okay. It was some slightly artistic interpretation, but yeah, it does say that kind of.
It says we grew this beer.
Yeah.
I just...
You added your own.
It didn't feel like... It didn't have the right cadence.
I get it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%. No, you made it better, really.
I think so.
I think from now on, that's what they should say on it.
So, 7.2%, 65 IBUs. They even printed that on the can.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that. This is gonna be almost double the bitterness, allegedly, from last week's episode.
2 weeks ago.
From 2 weeks ago's.
We're time travelers.
And we wear different pants. What are you gonna do about it?
Isn't it crazy? We're traveling through time.
Okay.
But they're not.
It is crazy that we're traveling through time. So
And if you time traveled and you came back, like, you also would have time traveled and, like, experienced more. I mean, if you just flew out in space for a long ways and came back, that would happen too. Kind of crazy. Kind of wild.
that is pretty wild.
Theory of relativity.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's interesting. I understand why,
But I don't.
but because it makes the most sense to the simple mind. But when you talk about time travel, isn't it really more about space travel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, pretty inaccurately named. But I understand, like I said, when you say space travel, someone's like, oh, traveling through space. Like, yeah. But they
I do
don't
that daily.
But you're such an overachiever.
This looks like an IPA.
This is different than
Like-
the last beer we had.
Like, this looks like an IPA.
Yeah, it does. Oh, what the fuck? What did I just... Hold on.
Graham cracker.
Maybe.
Does it taste like
I lost it.
one of those little bears?
Teddy Grahams.
Yeah, those things.
When
When was the last time you had a Teddy Graham?
Too long ago. They're actually fucking
banger.
delicious. On that same line, I actually just bought 2 gigantic packages of Cheez-Its yesterday.
I bought I think I bought a box like a few weeks ago. Yeah,
I'm like,
banger.
yeah, I'm home alone this whole weekend. Like, I'm gonna be a child and just fucking play video games and eat snacks.
You got 8 boxes of Cheez-Its and way too much IPAs.
Way too much because I bought Johnny Utah. Turns out, still had 4 in my fridge. Yeah. On top of a whole bunch of other fucking beer that I still.
I see some video games in your future. You probably got a lot of Lego Star Wars going on.
What? That is assuming I don't become overly focused in my yard, which is also very possible. I'm
underrated banger snack that like.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's also a plus that my family knows this about me. Circus animals, not the plain kind, the pink and white ones with sprinkles.
Yes,
banger.
I just had this conversation with Keith a couple weeks ago, and we're like, the most delicious fucking cracker on the face of the earth. And Don's like, ew, gross. And we're like, you're weird. They're the best. Why was he telling me this? I want to say he had a beer that tasted like it, and he's like, it was fucking disgusting.
Sounds like a shitty beer.
Yeah.
But banger snack.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, absolute above S tier, if that's even a thing. Like, oh my God. I, as a little 5-year-old in daycare, came a little bit every time that was the snack for the day. It was nuts.
No wonder they gave it to you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Give me a lot to process here.
I don't know how to even begin dissecting it.
You're not wrong.
To the point where I won't.
First drink, I said, wow, this is really enjoyable. Second, and I was like, this is really enjoyable. It's a nice blend of like hoppiness to juice. They're playfully dancing with each other. And then, but I was like, okay, let's be objective here. What are the downsides? And I was like, to me, the biggest downside right off the gate was, I wish it was more crisp. I want the dance to end a little sooner.
Yeah.
And then I think I took another drink too soon. The dance hadn't ended.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that second drink wasn't as good.
Oh.
So I think this beer
is a sipper.
Okay. You want some time between, maybe not a sipper, but you want some time before. Want some time between drinks.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I think I also experienced that. I think I experienced that before, but I didn't realize that's what I was person. I think I also experienced that, but didn't realize that that's what I was experiencing.
Well, now you get to wait a little bit, try it again, and see if that's the case.
I have waited a little bit.
The problem, if that is the case, is that it's an over 7% beer.
Yeah.
Because what's going to keep you from drinking again, there's 2 things, food or another beverage. I think if this was like a 6%, 6.5%, as we talked about last time, you could have a shot of whiskey, a flash of Rittenhouse Rye on the tongue before taking a sip of this.
A fucking shot with this beer, I'm fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if it's like pre-dinner, like yikes.
The other thing is food, but I don't think this style of beer typically lends itself to blending with food well.
I'm with you. I am with you.
Yeah. Maybe there's some critiques there, so that'll get factored in. We'll see how I enjoy it.
We'll see.
Any initial thoughts from you?
I had the opposite reaction where my first drink, there's something, and I don't get it every time, It's only sometimes. There's this funky flavor. I don't know if it's graham cracker or what it is, but it's funky. I don't dislike it, but it's weird. And then I tried it again, and I was like, I didn't taste it that time. And this is actually pretty good. I like this.
So they say blood orange.
No. I'm not saying
Blackberry.
no, I'm just saying that. That's not the one.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. But like, let's break down the flavors.
Sure.
They say blood orange. Do I see blood orange? Yeah. I'll give them blood orange.
Yeah.
Blackberry.
Hold on, this is thinker, because off the top of the head,
off
no.
the top of the head, I could like maybe see it, but now I got to picture and drink blackberry. I think I'm less sold than I was thinking about it.
I think so too. I think there's something else, and it's not blackberry. That's like,
I would actually say raspberry over blackberry. Like there's like a bit of a tang.
I was gonna say tangy. Yeah, it's not tart. It's tang.
Yeah. White peach. I don't know what a white peach is versus a red peach versus a purple peach. You do?
No, but that could be the weird part that I'm like, it's kind of like off compared to everything else going on.
This is where I really disagree. Pine resin.
Yeah,
I don't see the pininess in this.
No.
You might make a stretch of an argument and say maybe some oak notes, or like you might be like reaching a little bit. I'd be like, okay,
yeah,
maybe they're like some white oak.
So yeah, some
Okay.
woodiness. Yeah.
Maybe. Like I'm not there. I'm not seeing what you're putting down, but I could believe it. But pine resin, nah. And then graham cracker. I think graham cracker is actually what they mean is like toasted, a light toastedness, and I don't think I get any toastedness from this personally.
I don't think toasted when I think graham cracker. I think like a sweet molasses bread.
Yeah, but
I think.
But not all graham crackers are honey.
No, I know. But like, I feel like no matter the gram, it's sweeter than your average cracker.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and so that's what I don't mean when I say sweet first. I don't mean like that's the forefront of the taste, but like, so like just but like and in general they're kind of molassesy. It's not a prominent flavor at all, but I feel like I could see it, especially if you're just specifically trying to like pull out malt flavors. I don't know. When was the last time you had a graham cracker? Probably like last summer.
I doubt it.
You don't even eat s'mores, yeah.
No.
That's like your fucking worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's not particularly appealing.
Do you even like, you don't know. Somebody can ask that question.
What?
I was just say, you even like marshmallows? No, you don't.
No.
Stupid.
We bought some more of the real marshmallows at the farmer's market last week. Still haven't had one of those. They look vastly more appealing than fucking shitty marshmallows.
Yeah. Did you ever have one of Debbie's marshmallows?
No.
Okay. You're just not even interested.
I also don't like there's a few things in there. Debbie's marshmallows are always at work.
Yeah.
Food people at work bother me.
Yeah, I get that.
The fucking snulchers, the snack vultures. It's like
Patent pending.
You guys don't have food at home or something? Like, it's weird.
They're like beating off at their computer anytime food is brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit much.
They'll be at their desk and being like, man, it's almost bikini season. Oh, donuts? Where? You said donuts?
You didn't even say donuts. I just saw you walking with the donut, and I just assumed that it was someone brought it. It's not that you had gotten it somehow.
And I deserve one of those.
Yeah.
That someone brought.
Yeah. So where are those? Where are those? Is that for everybody? Of course they're for everybody. Where is that?
If it's not for everyone, then like
I'm still gonna get one.
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking wild.
There's one person specifically that I think of where it's like, wow, lady, can you chill?
Chill.
Like chill. Wow. And I was in a benefits meeting my first year.
Dude, benefits meetings are either they go two ways.
Yeah.
Boring AF.
Yeah.
Or super dramatic from the old women.
Yep.
I'm guessing you got the latter.
Yeah. It was like I could be misremembering because it's one of two things. And the one thing I think it was like there was actually two things. So one was like spouse healthcare coverage, which understandable. That's a big deal. The other thing was like cell phone upgrades, and I'm like, bitch, it was fucking free. So like if you want a new phone, go fucking buy one.
The best thing about those is there's the person complaining about their cell phones not being upgraded enough are the people who don't really use their work cell phones.
Yeah.
Like no one's calling you.
Not for work, at least.
Yeah, not for work.
Yeah. No
one's calling you after work. Like
this person in particular, their job doesn't even matter. So why they even have a work cell phone is beyond me.
A couple years ago, probably when that happened.
A couple years ago, my work phone died, and I never charged it again. True story.
We were doing this effort. Like, I think it was when, I can't remember the reasoning, but we were doing this effort to like, maybe it was upgrading or something. And you got, I don't know why, but there was some like benefit that you got if you didn't have a work cell phone, and use your own cell phone for work purposes.
Yeah.
Some like stipend or something. Bullshit. I just told my entire team, we're taking away work cell phones, and if you have your work, if your work's on your personal device, then you get a stipend, and so we're just not going to do work cell phones anymore.
Right.
I didn't present the option of like, you can keep it if you want.
Yeah,
I was like, no,
I'm taking these away from you. If you want to have work on your phone, then you'll get stipend. Otherwise, you don't have to have work on your phone.
Yeah,
and like I'm telling you, you don't need a work phone.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. It's fucking dumb. It's for the same reason why I shouldn't be on After Hours distro. Why the fuck am I on After Hours distro? If I'm ever on anything, I'm being fucking scheduled for it.
I just don't really like. I mean, yeah, I just don't think there's really a reason to have a work phone, like a separate device. I just don't think there's really a need.
No, I mean, so the one thing I have on my personal phone is Teams. And it's funny, I don't know if something's broken or something, but they're like I download and I go log in, they're like, oh, your company, you need to get this authorization app.
Yeah, the Microsoft Authenticator.
I said no.
Yeah.
And it said, oh, okay.
That's funny.
What? And I'm still logged in Teams and still use it all the time.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Don't know what the deal is there. It does, however, actually work with email, ironically. That's the weird part.
That is weird.
Want to hear something even weirder? I can use my Outlook email on my personal computer with no issue. why it fucking matters, or whether it's on a phone or a fucking laptop, I don't have the answer for you. And I can tell you right now, our IT department doesn't have the answer either. How's work going for you?
Bro, today was we played Xbox into the
dude.
We played the Xbox. We played Call of Duty.
Dude, I
played Warzone.
I'm with you.
Into the wee hours of the night. Actually, not even late as some of our, but like
it was like midnight almost.
You guys aren't working from home anymore. And then B, like, I actually work now.
Yeah, the combination of that for both of us was like not good for either one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I just want to make that, because I think you could be like, you work from home, it's no big deal. And it's like, no, I actually, you know, get up and I actually have to work now. Not that I didn't have to work at Continuant, but it's
different.
The volume was significantly less. Thursdays are my bad day for like I'm on calls literally all day.
Of course. And you'd be like, oh, you don't even really work that much anymore. I'm like, yeah, but I had to be in office at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So
that's a big thing.
Yikes.
So yeah.
I was 15 minutes late.
At like 10:30 or something, I had been through a few meetings and everything, and I was like, I could just take a nap. That'd be great.
Like sitting there like, I feel like shit.
and there was one meeting where I was like, this meeting could end early and it'll give me, like, if it ends 30 minutes early, which it could do, I'll have an hour gap.
Yeah.
And I don't really, like, I could utilize that 30 minutes that I would normally have for, like, stuff I got to get done.
Yeah.
But, like, if I could take an hour nap, like, that's going to make me more productive.
Oh, yeah.
Later. And then then my internet went out and I had to troubleshoot that. So Comcast, I think the internet went out temporarily. They were doing I saw the vehicle. They were doing something. And when they hit something, it was just a temporary outage because my other devices came back.
Yeah. My
laptop's Wi-Fi card just shut off, and so I had to restart my computer and everything.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy. So that meeting didn't end early. And yeah, so like I'm still tired.
Yeah, I am right there with you. It was not a great present day, if you will.
And next time, just don't wait so long to get on.
Yeah. You know, if Xbox could do what it's supposed to do, and
fine, updated, fine.
Yeah, then I would have been in a good spot. But instead, here we are. There's probably a lot of reasons for it to not do that, but whatever. It's only very annoying.
Unfortunately, also, like, Call of Duty just isn't in a good spot.
The next season of Warzone, or rather, like, the next, I don't know what you call it, the next version of Warzone.
Warzone 2.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. That is going to determine it. But I personally feel like it's on an upswing. So, like, Warzone 2 could be amazing. And I feel like Warzone is in a better spot than it was during, like, Cold War, personally.
That's probably true.
Yeah. So I feel, so that's like, I really didn't play at all.
Last night, though, I realized I just don't like Caldera.
We didn't play Vanguard, like, at all.
What do you mean?
Like, when Vanguard first released,
like Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. No, I don't even own it.
Right.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't like Caldera, the map.
Yeah, it's I certainly don't like it. Like, I would rather just go back to Verdansk.
Yeah.
Verdansk, whatever. I'm not fucking Russian.
The engagements just suck.
They're weird. They're unpredictable, which sucks. Like there's something to be said. You know, we talk about like it was nice that Modern Warfare 2, although it had a lot of 3-lane maps, it also strayed from that a bit, which was refreshing. But at the same time, there's something to be said for 3-lane maps because there's comfortability, predictability, and like there's just like a sense of like
It's
things
nice.
make sense.
It's nice knowing my team's over here, that team is over there.
Yeah. And no one's gonna just like fucking spawn kill me somehow.
Yeah, and like in
For the most part.
you kind of just know the direction you're going.
Yeah.
It's not just random chaos.
And people played that way for like over a decade and were ecstatic about it. So to get rid of the predictability in Warzone now with these, the map is just so random. Like there's no like there's like one vantage point right on the peak, and that's like it. Outside of that, everyone's kind of like equal playing field, and so it's like.
Well, and I could understand the criticism of Verdansk to say, because there's all these buildings, you have campers in buildings, and it sucks to just be like pushing tight quarters of a building every fight. But for me, like especially how we played Verdansk, like hospital, rotate the circle, and
There's a lot of cover too. There's not a lot of cover now.
There's zero cover now.
Yeah, that's hard.
You got like fucking big trees in Verdansk and everything. Like
That's what's killed me almost every time in Caldera is like I go to just run around this building and I'm fucked because there's no fucking coverage anywhere.
Well, the only coverage is like a rock, maybe in the middle of the field, and then even that, because to your point, there's so much height disparity.
Yeah.
Usually the coverage, not like especially a low coverage like a rock, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, if they're uphill, then they can still kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like most of the time, it's like it just doesn't matter. Verdansk, like, yeah, I didn't like the campers either and stuff. But I like what I think I think the nice thing was about Verdansk, you don't have to run a heartbeat sensor everywhere for that reason. But I don't know. I just preferred like the engagements of like you could camp in a building and like wait out a circle or something, or like play a neighborhood slowly. In Verdansk, I'm like, there's
in Caldera,
yeah. There's just not. It's just like to your point. It's just like random chaos. It feels like all the time.
Yes. No, I cannot predict where someone's coming from. It's like the map is circular and the circle is circular, so it's like you just have people all around you, which it's like. I get it in theory where it's like, oh no, like it's kind of cool because it like, you know, levels the playing field a little bit more, but like in reality, like no, it makes things too unpredictable.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. I think of like well, never mind. This is actually that would be a bad analogy for what I just said. So never mind.
The other thing, it's like Verdansk, because the textures were a lot smoother.
Yeah.
And there weren't all these like leaves and tropical shit like moving with the wind.
It's rough. Like
you could like pick someone out. Right now it's like you like
I'm glad I'm not the only
crazy.
I was feeling that hard yesterday because my connection wasn't like it was less than perfect.
You throw lag into it and it's fucking wild.
It's really hard to like decipher what is what. Yeah.
What's a graphical glitch or what's like a lighting thing or just general movement versus a person.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the kind of game where it's like, it's not like Minecraft, right? We're like, oh, I'll just like turn my shit down. Like, no. I need to be like rocking optimal always or I'm going to die.
And you're on Xbox, so you don't even have like the options that PC has for like shaders and stuff like that where you could adjust to your settings a little bit. I think that's probably the worst thing to me is like you have randomness. Plus, you're an Xbox player, so you have lessened field of view. And
Game's working against you now.
The game's working against you. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, if I could just play against Xbox players, I think I'd feel a little bit better because I was like, everyone's going through this. But, yeah. Sal plays on PC now, and he's like, it's wild.
Well, and two, like, it's not a bad idea because he just uses a controller on his PC.
Yeah.
So it's like, it feels the same, but it's a lot better.
He sent me the link yesterday of the video tutorial that he followed. Because I asked him, I was like, I was under the impression that if you're going to switch to PC, you basically start from scratch.
Your game?
Your guns.
Oh,
like all your guns, loadouts,
but
everything.
But he's saying no.
He said, no, you just transfer your account to PC and it works fine. And I was like, then maybe I should download Warzone on my PC, like my laptop, and just see how it runs. Because like
Warzone's free, right?
Warzone's free.
Yeah.
See how it runs, and because like to your graphic quality standpoint, like I can turn it down to Xbox settings, and my laptop should be able to run it fine.
Well, and with even without doing that, right? Like your computer in general has so much better processing power, so it's like it's just going to do it better.
Yeah. So like even if it's not like the ideal PC to run Warzone, it's gonna be better than the fucking Xbox.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I might want to do that.
Yeah, I feel that. That's not a bad idea. Is there a way to run Xbox controller on your PC?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you can literally take your Xbox
Bluetooth?
One controller. I don't know how it works.
Okay. Because I did that with I don't know why, but I feel like I've just been told for forever, like, oh, you can't connect Xbox controller, but you can PS4, and so like that's how I play all my Steam games now is like with a PS4 controller.
I think the new generation consoles, they added that, as well as especially from Microsoft's end, their like movement to centralize in their own like Windows game. What I don't know what they market it as, Windows or Xbox, but it's like shared games across PC and Xbox now.
They want you to have the similar, if not same, experience across all platforms.
Exactly.
And, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Oh, but so you do have to have a newer controller then for that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You might have to plug in the controller to, because they have the mini USB or micro USB or whatever port on top. You might have to plug it into your PC. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never done it.
It's
so.
not the end of the world.
Yeah.
If you have to do that.
Yeah, that's always the hard part for me is I always think, do I want to switch to mouse and keyboard, or do I want to, like, to me, Call of Duty is a controller game.
Cannot and I know I can't. I do not have the dexterity anymore. I do not have the reflexes anymore to be able to like competitively play an FPS on mouse and keyboard. I cannot.
You don't have. Neither of us have the reflexes anymore to do controller or.
Yeah, I don't even have it for controller.
Yeah.
So it's like now you want me to add more fucking fingers to that in like a different composition? Can't do it. Cannot do it.
Playing zombies on PC, I feel like I learned quite a bit and kind of have some of it down, but it's the learning all the buttons and where they are is the hard part.
I did play. That's true. I did play Left 4 Dead on PC. That's or is it FPS? Yeah, it's an FPS. Yeah. I was thinking for some reason I was third person for a second. I was like, no, it's FPS. And that was fine, but I mean that's.
Dude, do you remember when Back 4 Blood came out and we're like, Left 4 Dead is back, and then like
neither of us got
the demo. Like people were like, oh, this is lit, and then the game released, and I never heard anything about it again.
Which is probably a bad sign, but at the same time, could be worth looking into again. I
think so. I think there's a lot of games like that where I want to play them, like how you used to play games. You run through the campaign, you beat it, and then go on to something else. I think that could be that kind of game.
Yeah, I think the majority of the... Whoa, how does it even happen? Did you fucking break it?
No.
All right then. I think the majority of the gaming community and I just don't share the same opinion. So it's really hard to like just take reviews at their word for a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like it really just takes you looking at gameplay, and like even if you're watching like videos of people playing that they're shitting on it, it's like you kind of have to like take the gameplay for what it is and like decide for yourself how you feel about that, despite what whoever's saying about it.
Well, I think also like a lot of YouTubers and streamers and stuff, they build a community around games.
Yeah.
So they're looking like a good game to them has like longevity that they can play it
Right.
for months, if not years.
Yeah, and like if we're talking about like Back 4 Blood, you and I are like, if we could like play it for a week or two and enjoy a zombie campaign, I'm happy.
Maybe a month, like, you know, if you like couple sessions a week kind of thing, and we beat it after a month, and like then we could look back, oh, that was a really good game.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, like so I don't remember if it was this one or it was this episode. No, maybe it was the last episode. We were talking about me playing Lego Star Wars, and people have been talking about the gameplay hours for that one, and they're like, oh, you know, like total to like completion, you know, you're looking like from anywhere from like 80 to like 100 hours, and I'm like, dude, I haven't even beat like half the game, and I'm at like over 100 hours now.
Well,
so
it depends on what you mean, like, because you could play faster and beat the game.
No,
like,
I know that
you're wanting the 100% it, and
no, I know that, yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like that's what they said. So they're like, just playing through the 9 episodes, I think took me close to like 80 hours, and like obviously like you get a percentage of the way through each part of it just by playing it. And not by specifically trying to complete each mission and such. So like now going back and 100%ing everything, which is what they were saying. They were like 100%. They're like, you know, you got like, you know, 100 hours or something on this game. And I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, I still have 3. I probably have like 3. I think I have 3 episodes left now. And I'm already at 120 hours. And that's... It's hard to describe, but like that's 100%ing every episode. Then there's still like a shit fuck ton of like side quests to do in every world of like the 19 or 20 worlds there are.
Bro,
so it's like there's so much gameplay in that game.
I literally cannot tell you how much time I've put into like Oblivion, Skyrim.
Right. Yeah,
I don't want to know.
Yeah, and people will be like, "Oh, it's like, yeah, you know, I like played through and I was like over the game in like 60, 70 hours." And you're like,
I speed ran Oblivion. I remember like speed running for time in Oblivion.
Yeah,
I don't remember the time, but it's like it was crazy. It was like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a glitch where you could like go into a wall that would put you into the boss fight kind of.
Oh geez.
Cutscene thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but like, yeah, it was like you could beat the game, like, but like I like also just like thinking about Oblivion, you could beat the game, like, and do all the missions pretty quick. Honestly, same thing with Skyrim. Most of it, like, especially on like the easier difficulties, like when you get into like the legendary or whatever it was, things get crazy. But the easier difficulties, yeah, you could like fucking walk through, like I could probably sit down and beat Skyrim in a session.
Right. Yeah.
On an easier difficulty.
And I feel that way about most games campaigns, where it's like if I sat down and just did that, I could probably do it in a session. You know, less than 24 hours at the very least. But this game's story, it's like even going through it, like I guess it's kind of the same way, where it's like if you didn't try to like get any of the objectives or do any of the side bullshit, like you could beat it pretty quick. I still think it would take you over a day to beat it. Like it is a handful of a game. What sucks with this game is a lot of people are experiencing like game breaking bugs.
That sucks.
Yeah. It was like a whole thing. Like I think it was supposed to originally be released in 2020, I'm pretty sure. And whether it's combination of pandemic and then like there was a lot of like issues in management, I guess, going on like throughout the whole development of the game. And so it's like, you know, fucking 2 years later, they actually finally finished it. And I've experienced a handful of bugs myself, but nothing that's like completely bricked my game. Like there are some people where they're like, they get to a point and, you know, whatever bug it is, it's like bricked their game. Like they will turn off their fucking computer, go to turn it back on, and like launch the game again, and the game like can't proceed. And I'm like, that fucking sucks. And it's been that way for like a month now.
Damn.
And on top of that, the company, the developer company, has been complete radio silent on it.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah. I think when it first came out, like maybe like day came out, people were like, we have bugs. They're like, we'll work on that. And then and then they were radio silent for a month, and then they finally said something recently, but it's crazy.
2 games though that you're making me think about that I think are lit that we haven't played in a while. First, Human Fall Flat.
Yeah, and there's still 2 levels we haven't played now, or maybe they have more now.
Probably more now, and then on PC because you have Steam maps. It's crazy.
Yeah,
we got so many on Steam.
Oh, okay.
Second lit game I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah,
Minecraft Dungeons.
I right before you launched your server, I was thinking about that. That was a good game.
Minecraft Dungeons was fun.
That was a really
like
good
Gauntlet kind of esque, especially when we learned how to turn up the difficulty, so like things got hard.
Yeah, because it was a bit too simp at first.
Because now, I think it's very much like those old school RPGs where like you want to go back now that you're like properly leveled to 100% the levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's like a fun one to like play through and then go back, and you still have like a shit ton of gameplay to go through. I like that. That's how the Lego Star Wars is, where it's like you play through really quickly, but then you have like there's a shit ton of gameplay.
Well, I think Lego. I haven't played in a while, but I think like there are things that you like literally can't do because you don't have the ability or whatever to do it. So you have to go back.
Yes. Yeah, because there's like when you're playing like the story mode, it's like you can't be XYZ character, but you have to be that character to, you know, do whatever ability it is to do that. Yeah. So that's a good one there's so much gameplay. But yeah, Minecraft Dungeons, that's been a while. Was that 2020 that we originally downloaded that?
Probably. Sounds right.
Crazy, dude. A long fucking time.
A game that's like Lego Star Wars that I fucking loved. Ratchet and Clank.
Oh my gosh. Was that PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Wow. That was good.
Did you ever play Jack and Daxter?
No, I never played that one.
I played the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't really get into it. Ratchet and Clank, I played all of them.
I liked Ratchet and Clank. I never owned it. That was one that combination of like playing at a friend's house and like renting it as well.
Okay.
But I never owned that game. I never really did a whole lot with that one.
Let's talk about this beer.
Yeah. This is a really good social beer.
It's a good, like, I'm going to go back to what I originally said.
Yes, that's why I say that.
It's a good sipper, chill out, have a conversation. You're not trying to slam some beers, buddy.
No.
You're just chilling out.
Because when you're doing that, you're not...
Like, you're...
Not to its demise, but you're not thinking about the beer.
Like, sorry for you guys, because these chairs are super comfortable. This is a good beer to, like, lean back in these chairs, get a little cozy, get a little... and just, like, fucking chill out. And no worries. Like, 100%. I almost forgot, like, we were, like, podcasting and, like, we have a beer to talk about and rate and stuff, because I'm like, I'm just chilling, man.
No, what happened is we were, like probably 20 minutes ago now, we were, like, mid-conversation, and I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, my mouth tastes really good, but I'm also really thirsty. Oh yeah.
There, it's weird. It's almost like a metallic aftertaste a little bit. Like it has that like playful hop and fruity dance, and then
Yeah.
it kind of like sits on your tongue for a little bit too long, but then it like kind of like makes you crave the beer again
Yeah.
at some point, and that's like the optimal time to drink.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yeah. It's a fantastic amount of bitterness. I'll say that too. So looks right off the bat, like Levi said when we first poured it, it looks like a fucking IPA. There's just no getting around it. Like it's like maybe it's a little light now that when it gets thinner, but when it was poured deep, like yours looks a little darker than mine. Maybe it was the lighting. That's just like a fucking like bog standard, like nice golden IPA color right there.
Like when you order a draft IPA and you're like, what do you got in draft? And they say some IPA and you're like, I don't know what that is.
That.
More than likely, you do know what it is. You just didn't hear them if you're Nick and I.
True.
They're like, yeah, I should have a... Yeah, that...
It's IPA. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
And then they come back with a nice golden IPA. You're like, that's...
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm stoked that I got that.
That's the one I wanted.
Head is really thin. It was like instantly gone.
Yeah.
Only slightly depressing part about that, because like when you have like a nice, I don't want to say this is, I don't want to like get the wrong idea across about this beer because it's not like super crisp, but it's like on the crisp side. I think if you,
let's say it's on the watery side. It's not sticky.
okay, yeah, I guess.
Maybe that's a better way to put it.
Well, I was looking at like an x-axis of like crisp and sweet, and it's more towards the crisp side than sweet.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, so that's all I mean by that. So like when you have a beer like that, and it also has like a good bitterness profile, I personally like a head, like a thick foamy head that sticks around because it like helps rounds out the beer a little more.
This is a graph we could create. Sorry to interrupt, but
no.
crisp to like juice.
Yeah.
X-axis. Y-axis is like sticky to runny.
Yeah.
Right?
That actually is a really nice one. That'd be...
Because you can have something that's crisp but a little bit sticky. It's like tacky at the end.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you can have a juicy that's like kind of... It's runny. It's not a thick boy.
Like the last beer we had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like on last podcast. Yeah, it was really juicy, but also like super thin.
And then you could have like in the more obvious examples of like crisp and runny versus like juicy and sticky. Like
right,
those are kind of typical. But like there's something
to be said
some
there.
Dimensions there.
Bare minimum, that would be a fun thing just to do on our own. Not even to do for anything, but that's just very interesting.
I don't know what we do with it, but
I don't know what we do with it either. It's
if you have an idea, do it.
I don't know. It's kind of like the same reason why this even exists, I guess, right? Where it's just like I just drink too many beers, and it's interesting to keep track of things about them.
Just a couple of dudes drinking a beer.
True. Moving on to smell. So this is one adjective here. Toasty hopness. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to take a sip as
their graham
you
cracker,
explain it.
their graham cracker and that toastiness, it's all in the smell. I bet you get graham cracker if you smink this. It just is. It's like the it's like the base sugary notes of the hop.
Yeah. I don't think I ever could have pulled toasty out of that myself, but it is quite accurate.
How you said that reminds me of Hot Rod, and I would just like to reiterate you better go to the jump.
What did I say that like?
I don't know. It just reminded me of Hot Rod, and I'm just bringing up a better point that I'm expecting you to go to the jump.
I like that something I did reminds somebody of Hot Rod. That makes me feel good. So thanks, guy.
And you're going to the jump.
Well, I mean, wouldn't miss it.
You can't tell me that poster isn't lit.
I wish I could at least see a sample. I also don't know where to go. He's like off of 6th.
At
fucking where?
At sundown.
At sundown. Could you be any more vague, please, guy?
At sundown on Thursday, May 19th in an alley near 6th.
Like, what? Should I try Googling this?
6 and I. The cross.
7. Is that his name? And then he's got like a Roman numeral 7 above the English version of 7 for some reason.
Oh, no. His name. Okay, so look at the bottom part. Sundown.
His name's Galen Turner.
Yes. AKA Gatron the Imploder. But it's in an alley near 6th and I Street. So we'll perform a stunt of a life-defying ratitude, a bike jump through a portal of 90,142 volts of rare stimulated gases and 200 feet of neon.
In Dada we trust.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. If this is not real, I'm gonna be very sad because I'm gonna be looking through alleys.
I wish I was here for it.
I'm sad you won't be.
Fucking lit.
It looks. Somebody put some effort into this poster because the art
really did.
is very well done. A lot of cross hatching going on here. Like that takes a long time. Jesus, mate. Bike jump 7. What happens if I just Google Tacoma 7? Yeah, what happens if I Google 7? Tacoma 7 bike jump. What happens? Planet? No. Ground control? No.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Major Tom. Do I have to like go to Manifesto and ask these people like who the fuck and where the fuck?
Dude.
Did you find it?
I searched Tacoma bike jump Galen Turner.
Yeah.
In an article from 5 years ago of Grit City magazine, Gatron the Imploder, Tacoma's eclectic electric neon man.
What?
And he has a crazy mad scientist gif.
I typed in Tacoma. Whoa. That's a lot of neon. I mean, it's more than I got. I typed in Tacoma Galen Turner and then it just suggested bike jump after.
Maybe he's been planning this for like...
The story of Tacoma's beloved bike jump. What does that even mean? 4 years ago? Claire Yuckert? But, this video starts off with the title screen. Bike jump. The story behind the imploder.
His Instagram is Gatron.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, what a guy to have gotten on Instagram so early to just claim Gatron.
Oh, so this is an older thing, and he's doing it again.
What?
I guess.
Gatron. That's not how you spell that. Galen Turner. Wow. Look at this guy's crazy. He just busted out a saber by his dog. Whoa. Where is he going? Why is he into neon so much? If you guys have Instagram, which you do, Instagram Gatron. It's a fucking hoot and a half, let me tell you what.
Anyways, do you want to finish talking about the beer before I rudely
I don't know, man.
interrupted you?
Yeah, apparently we need to because I'm off on a tangent here. Yeah, holy shit. Taste, clean, juicy, hop dance. I'm assuming you mean it's a dance between all three of those things?
Yeah.
All right. And
It's not gay if it's three-way.
yeah. And it lasts a little too long. Is that a negativo or a positivo?
I mean, I was just
Phrased as a
stating it.
negative.
Like, it just is what it is.
Well,
You
it's
know?
phrased as
It's
a
in taste.
negative.
Okay.
All right. I
Sure.
like it personally. Feel. Coat your mouth a bit.
You know, you can add your own.
I'm trying to
Conversation
get
to
through it
this.
so I can look up bike jump, dude. I don't really care about this anymore. I just care about Galen
You're right.
Gatron.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
No, I mean you're 100% right. It's I think bitter is something that's missing in the taste. I think it's got a good amount of bitterness profile
you can
going
add
on. I will do that. I can't talk and type, but I'll do it after I'm done talking.
Will you?
What?
Will you?
Maybe. I added my stuff in the last one. Yeah, it's a pretty it's a pretty well-rounded beer, I think. It taste-wise at least.
Yeah.
I think it has a good body. I think it You agree. I was going to say I think it needs to be like a little bit more crisp and like I think the body suffers not as bad as the last beer, but it's still the same thing where it just needs to be a little bit more bold, a little more in your face personally.
It's a little loose.
Yeah, a little loosey goosey when you need to be a little more righty tighty. So thoughts? Definitely a fucking cheer out beer, buddy. Like, just relax, enjoy it. You don't gotta think too much about it.
This would be a W cornhole beer.
Oh, yeah. Cause then, like, you got your conversation, you got your game, you got your beer.
You're not in a rush.
No, you're not in a rush. In fact, you're going extensive amounts of times without beer.
Yeah.
So
Competition gets heavy. No time for beer.
no, I mean sometimes you gotta make time, but
You do.
for the most part, no time. But this is it's a good sipper. Nothing you're like trying to like take forever on, because honestly, like I think you even touched on earlier. Like you do get to a point where you're like, oh man, I need some more of that. Like it keeps you yearning for more. So it's good shit. Oof. Final rating.
I already know where I'm at.
I'm good. 3, 2, 1. 4.2. Whoa, it's crazy, dog. Yeah, so we're both in that amazing / awesome category.
Description of that is like, there's small things you would tweak.
Yeah.
I almost went 420 for the meme, but
I did that on accident.
yeah.
Sick.
Nice. I mean, I think when you understand the beer, and I think it is meant to be like a fucking chilled out, mellow beer.
Yeah. Springtime, man.
I don't really get that vibe with spring, but yeah.
No, it's a summer beer for me.
Yeah, I agree. This feels like summer. But I think, understanding that it's a chill out beer, a sipper that, it's not going to be like the best beer you've ever had rated, but like it's a good, like just fucking vibe with it, chill with it kind of thing.
Could you be persuaded that it's a late spring beer? Doesn't summer start like June 21st?
I don't know, man.
Hey, Alexa, when's the first day of summer?
That bitch don't like you.
Alexa, when is the first day of summer?
The internet's not reachable.
Okay.
Remember my internet had an outage?
Yeah. When's the first day of summer, Siri? June 21st. I was right. So yeah, think of like a June 15th with this bad boy.
I could do that.
Yeah. Be nice.
All right. Well, that's another episode.
Don't miss the jump. He's totally gonna nail it.
Actually, the jump will already have happened.
Oh, fuck. Kevin, you missed the jump. Totally nailed it.
Totally nailed it. All right. See you guys next time. Peace.
Lights.